a project that he's working on and maybe selling. So go ahead, Sasha.
Yeah. Thank you guys for having me over. You all remember the Commodore 64 Mini? We're also excited to see it in its small format, but the non-working keyboard was a real bummer. So there were some projects where somebody was crazy enough to cut it out and actually figure out how to insert buttons and things like that. But most of us got stuck with a half-baked product. Now, thankfully, they made the C64 Maxi and later the C64 Ultimate. However, in the midst of that time, another project emerged, an open source project called C64 Micro. I gave it the name Micro, but it's actually known as bare metal Commodore. So that is this right here. I built it myself based on the specs available online. It's 260 to 300 solder points per. What it is, it's a functional Commodore 64 keyboard, and what we have here is a device that actually this keyboard connects to a Raspberry Pi Zero that's running a special version of Vice that operates, from what I understand, outside of any operating system. It's bare metal. Literally, you can unplug this device just like you unplug your Commodore 64. It's not going to corrupt it, whatever OS it would run on, because there isn't any. So what we have then is the advantages of having an SD card reader here. And I do sell these, so you would get an 8 gigabyte SD card loaded with thousands of Commodore programs. And then the beautiful thing about this device, of course, the HDMI out, no need for Kawari 2 or any of the other solutions. So it's plug and play, you get a crystal clear display. The Raspberry Pi ARM processor, I put a copper heatsink, it doesn't get warm, but just in case. You get 2 USB outs. This one is connected to a power source. But what's also nice about this project, it comes with 2 9-pin joystick ports. So you can plug in, and I actually have a 9-pin joystick here that I plugged in so I can demo. So as you plug this in, you get the typical Commodore 64 home screen. And thanks, Joe. He's modified this little basic program. Well, it's going to print class 2026, but it's a little spicy use of colors as opposed to my very bland just display. So this thing runs fast, and the beautiful thing is you can program right at the get-go in basic as you turn it on and off. I mean, but here's the real nice thing about this device: Commodore key F7. This keyboard is mapped to the actual Commodore 64 keyboard with the F function keys on the side. So you get all of these options, and let me start by saying that one of the most exciting one is this is both a PAL and an NTSC. You toggle between the two, so everything will run on this. Another nice thing is it comes with all these little extras like the fast loading cartridge included code. You get the freeze cartridge code advantages in here. And you get all of the files that you can think of, the tape files, the cartridge support, everything, multi-cartridge, all is supported. So you get all kinds of little ways to adjust the screen and the graphics, the sound, the SID engine. I mean, you can drill down to all the specifics if you want to. By the way, that's not all. There's also other Commodore modes that you can unlock here. So I wouldn't suggest unlocking it now with this keyboard, but if we had a keyboard, well, we do, we could connect it by USB here, and then we can switch to a Commodore 128, a VIC 220, a PET, so all those machines are supported. Just make sure that you have an actual regular size keyboard connected, because this one is not mapped to those machines, so that'll be difficult. You'll end up rebooting. So, and those are over here at the top, I believe. So let me go over here. If you go down to machine, and then switch. There you go. So, VIC 20, 64, C120 plus 4, and PETs, which, again, you get it all here. I've loaded about 3,000 one load or C64 one load programs here. I'm going to demo some games here. Hopefully we'll get to hear some SID music and special effects. So let's drill down to cartridge. And again, drives are supported, so you get advantages of the, I believe it's the Ultra Complete cartridge that, like, you get the advantages of all these cartridges that I've purchased many of those that go with your original C64 hardware, but it's all built in here. So let's drill down to attach cartridge. You get different types of cartridges too, so you get a lot of options. I mean, and I'm just going to drill back up to a folder called C64 software, and then one load, which by the way is the same. This is a great collection of C64 programs. By the way, this was also included on the tin-C-ROM last year, so the website is regularly updated. You get all kinds of stuff there, a great collection, and I mean, there are alternative formats and whatnot. I did not include any demos here, although later I will show you one demo I found to be very neat. I just didn't get a chance to load it here, but we can look at it on YouTube. In the meantime, let's start with well, the old 1942. But if you press different letters, you actually can scroll down to this long list. So like G sends you to Galactic Gardener or whatever game. If there's a special game you guys want to see, let me know. But you know, I thought I'd pick something like 1942. I love the arcade. So here, we'll select it, and I don't know if the sound is turned up or whatever, but we'll find out soon enough. Yeah. Here we go. I guess it works. There we go. Get the joystick. I suck at this. But anyways, if you want to get out of the game, Commodore key F7 sends you back to the menu. So, and you can attach another one. What's cool is, I don't think Zork is here, but there are a number of text adventures, and I really like the tactile feel of the keyboard, just the simplicity of having this. When you disconnect, you can stick it in your pocket, take it with you. I know many of you are thinking, well, I have Vice on my laptop, whatever, but think about it, you can connect this to any monitor TV, and there's just something about, I don't know, having it like in a practical format like this. Now these are CRTs, but they're tape files and other forms of files on the SD card. I tried to include just about everything I could get my hands on, but it supports, of course, any kind of utilities and things like that. It's not just games. I remember last year we watched you demo a word processor.
Yeah, paperclip.
So I mean, you can load anything that will run on a Commodore 64 or consequently C128 and other machines. We can have it all divided. But anyhow, I love demos, so I didn't include any, but you can load it up with demos, and if you're in some environment like a show, whatever, you can just run your demos and have them cycle, or you can play SID tunes like on the tin-C-ROM machine. So that's about it. And as far as going back to the main menu, you can toggle. So Commodore key F7, it toggles between the main menu, whatever you got loaded. But one thing I wanted to show you is, so you have the drives, their folder, the tape. You can also make snapshots and video. You can do like video capture.
What?
Yeah,
Video capture?
I think, maybe. Hold on, there's the video settings. Sorry, I misspoke. So you can make screenshots.
Okay.
I would be really impressed if we could do that too. Different keyboards, joy ports. You can save your settings, of course. And there's something else I wanted to share. Let's see. Color adjustment, color palette, and of course all of those artifacts like CRT, the scaling, and I mean you can make it look like we're looking at an old CRT. It doesn't, if you don't like the 100% crystal clear view. So But like I said, up there, it's set up right now C612 panel, 50 hertz. But you can do. Let me see. You can switch it to.
Can you show us the about, Sasha?
Yeah, sure. So bare metals is your emulator for the Raspberry Pi Zero, so BMC64, and still being developed, Randy Rossi. So, and that's pretty much it. Like I said, you know, 2 players, so he has two ports. I sell these. I sell them at $90 each. It takes a lot of time, and don't make that much on each one because well, you gotta get a Raspberry Pi and configure it and stuff like that. But either way. If you're interested, let me know. I have some other computers there, a 4-bit and an 8-bit computer that's simulated, and some computer kits if you're into soldering, and some other gizmos. So let me know. Thank you very much for your time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sasha.
Quick question.
Yes.
Can you go to the program list and type D?
Okay, 1 second, please. Sure.
For C64.
Yeah, sure. Let me, I'm just gonna navigate. Touch card, and then D. Okay. Let's see. Okay.
And scroll down. Just do it fast. Do you have 2-letter hotkeys or just?
I don't know if it'll do 2 letters.
Which one are you?
Stop.
Back up.
Yeah, I'd just like to see if it would run.
Which one?
Which one are you looking
guess-
for, Mark?
Yeah, I guess you don't have it.
Too bad.
Sorry. But I mean, I think there's like 2,000 or 3,000 here. So
These are carts. Do you also have the discs too? And
there are like I don't know if I loaded them. We can check. Sorry. So we got attach card. You can also we got the drives. Let's see. I'm still learning things about this thing, so pardon me if I. True emulation, virtual. You can do multiple drives. There's the tape option. Tape. I've gone with cartridges just because of the speed of loading and the ease.
Drive 8. Try that.
Which one?
Go up to drive 8.
Drive 8. Okay, sure.
I guess that would. Is there a drive attached or anything that's attached to drive 8? Let's see.
Let's check. So you can attach.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So I think you could do like a. Can you do like a what is it? C6. What's that?
64.
64D or
D64.
D64? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, IC is supported. So,
He has any D? So you have any D64s loaded on?
Oh,
in that
sure. The format
machine?
D64. I don't know. I don't think I have loaded them, but like I said, I have an SD card here and the SD card. So it's the micro SD card and the SD card enclosure, so we can load it. Yeah. I mean, there's one demo. I don't know if you guys have you guys seen Das Boot
No.
by Lethargy.
I've heard of it, but
That's
I've
an
never seen
amazing C64 demo. I hope to show it to you. I know there's a YouTube recording of it, so if everything else fails, we can do that. But like I said, I'm still learning things about the actual software behind it. But from what I can tell is any major file format is supported, and it's just a matter of getting your files off the internet or your own backups, loading it up, and you're good to go. This, like I said, SD card is 8 gigs, but as long as it's FAT32, it'll support up to 32 gigs, I think. So, do you have any questions, like in terms of how it works, or like anything in particular?
Okay, well, thank you, Sasha.
You're welcome. And the beautiful thing is, like you can just disconnect the power, and the nice thing is reconnected, and you'll get the starting stream.
Look at that! You're nice and bright now with that screen. Now you've darkened it. That screen is making you too dark on my video.
We need an extra light, yes, like in the movies. Yeah.
Point that thing. I need a close up
yeah,
of your
sure,
machine.
sure thing.
So bring it nice and close to the camera.
Here we go.
Closer.
Even more closer.
There, that's better. That light, 3D. It's 3D. Ooh.
It's not VR.
Okay. Yeah. There we go. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
The Commodore Los Angeles Super Show.